learning more about the situation in Pittsfield, where a family of 5 remains under quarantine for possible coronavirus exposure. The family just returned to the U.S. from China on Sunday. Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane is getting answers on the state's protocol for people coming to Massachusetts from China. She joins us in the studio with more. Lindsay?
Beth, the public health nurse manager in Pittsfield, tells me that the family is under self-quarantine as a precaution, following state and federal protocols. As of now, the family members are not showing any symptoms of the virus.
We've had protocols in place, so when the Department of Public Health called me on Sunday, we knew exactly what to do.
Pittsfield Public Health Nurse Manager Kayla Donnelly Winters tells Western Mass News that proper guidelines were followed to a T after a call on Sunday when a family from Pittsfield returned from China.
They're doing well. They're very compliant with the quarantine, and they've been great with self-monitoring and communicating with me.
The state follows federal mandates that anyone arriving from China must be screened at the airport. Any passengers showing symptoms must be immediately transported by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to a secure location to be quarantined. If a passenger doesn't show symptoms, the CDC provides transportation to the passenger's home, where they will remain self-quarantined for 14 days. Since the Pittsfield family did not show symptoms at the airport, they were immediately driven home and had no contact with the community.
They order groceries online, instructed to just have the delivery person drop it off at their steps, wait till they leave, and then come out and get it on their own.
Donnelly Winters says she calls twice a day to check in to see if they have symptoms and to check on their mental health. But she says this is something hundreds of families across the state are experiencing right now.
The state has this going on for over 200 families right now that are under the same self-monitoring with public health supervision. It's a precaution, it's standard. They don't have coronavirus. They came from a really low-risk rural area of China. They weren't exposed to anyone who had any symptoms or exposed to anybody who had the coronavirus.
But she also points out that right now in Massachusetts, it is more likely to catch the flu. To put it into perspective, the CDC reports over 16,000 Americans have died this year from the flu, but none so far in the U.S. have died of coronavirus. Donnelly Winters wants to remind people that the risk of getting coronavirus is still extremely low.
We just don't want people to, freak out too much or panic. Everything seems to be at this point under pretty good control. So.
If the Pittsfield family continues to be symptom-free, they will be able to go back out into the community on March 9th. In studio, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.